Welcome back to Happy Place Cooking. Today I'm going to be making a ramen dish. I am going to be making ramen chicken Alfredo. This is a one pot meal. Everything goes into the one baking dish. It all goes in the oven and it all cooks. I've not made this before, but I saw a video and I think it looked like it was going to be really good. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is grease my pan. I am really hoping that this pan is going to be big enough. Taking 6 packs of ramen noodles and laying them in my pan. Not going to be using the beef flavor. If you have the chicken flavored ones, you could actually use that seasoning. I'm going to end up using chicken broth. Looks like these are going to fit in here perfectly. Look at that. Nice. If your pan is a little bigger, you could use a little bit more probably and break them up as needed to fit. Mine seems to be made for this dish. Great. Now I have some already prepared shredded chicken. If you want, you can make fresh. This is a little bit frozen, I think, still, but it'll work. Before I put my chicken on, I'm going to spread 1 jar of Alfredo sauce as evenly as possible. Now I'm going to add my shredded chicken. Just going to kind of spread that evenly as possible also over the top of that jar of noodles, or that jar of Alfredo sauce. Then I'm going to pour my second jar of Alfredo sauce over the chicken. Now I'm going to pour 1 cup of my chicken broth completely over the entire dish. 1 cup of heavy cream. Now, I also am going to be adding cheese to this, but I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to put this in the oven that is preheated at 350. I'm going to put it in for probably 20 minutes or so, and then I'm going to get it out. I'm going to make sure it still has enough water. If the noodles has absorbed the water but are not done, then you will need to add water as often as it calls for, really. You'll just have to keep an eye on it. I'm going to pull it out in about 20 minutes and see where it's at, and if it needs more water, I'll add water then. This is going to probably take somewhere between 50 and 60 minutes to complete with the whole baking process. When I am down to about what I think is probably the last 10 minutes or so, I'm going to pull it out and I'll put my cheese on it. I did end up adding another cup of water just the once at the 20-minute mark, and it's been great. And now I've only got about 15 minutes left on it. So I'm going to go ahead and add my cheese, and I am using an Italian style, Italian blend, whichever you want to call it, or whatever your brand says. You could use whatever cheese you want, but I felt like the recipe calling for the Italian, I think, is probably the best. A little bit more on there. This is the bigger bag. Used almost the whole thing. That should be good. I'm going to put it back in for its last 15 minutes. Once it's done and my side dishes are done, I'll plate it all up and I'll let you know what it tastes like. That turned out great. Got some nice browning on the cheese. The ramen seems to be cooked through completely. Ended up being right around the 60-minute mark. I'm serving with some sliced baked potatoes and cornbread. Jesse is actually going to give this a taste and see what he thinks. How is it?
That's good.
Is it good?
Real good. Yep.
Awesome. Well, I hope you enjoyed the recipe. If you decide to try it, comment below and let me know. Thanks for watching. Happy eating.